Okay, everyone, here's your next lesson. Today we're going to be on page 161, and that's what your page should probably look like. Of course, mine's in the teacher book, but yours should look like this. We're going to do predicate adjectives today. So remember I told you, hey guys, remember I told you yesterday that we're going to start predicate adjectives? Well, here we are, the predicate adjective lesson. I know you've been looking forward to this. Okay, so let's get started. So you should be on page 161, and I have examples and explanations on my board ready for y'all. So I hope you're ready to learn because I'm ready to teach. And my daughter Natalie says hi. Say hey.
Hi.
Okay, let's get started. Here is my board, and here's what you should see. So predicate adjectives, the first thing you need to remember is that they always come after the linking verb. So if you look at your list on page 161, and I apologize for the shading, but on page 161, there are all your linking verbs. Now this is a review because we have already done linking verbs in the verb unit, but they have listed them again for you in case you forgot. So let's read them together. It's to feel, to taste, to look, to smell, to appear, to become, to seem, to sound, to grow, to remain, to stay, and to be. And with the to be ones we have is, am, are, was, were, being, be, been. Okay? So as you're doing these exercises on the following pages, please double check this page. Remember, it is okay to go back and look at the lesson page while you're doing the exercises. In fact, I highly encourage you to do that. Don't rush through them. Always look back at this lesson page because it will probably give you an answer. Okay, so let's look at my board. So remember, it comes after the linking verb, the list that we just looked at, and it always describes the subject. Okay? The predicate adjective, the reason why it's called predicate adjective is because it comes in there, that word predicate, it comes in the predicate part of your sentence, meaning the verb and everything after that is your predicate adjective. And so, because there are two main parts of your sentence, and if you look at my example on the board, you have your subject part, and then you have your predicate part. And so this, after your verb, is where your predicate adjective will always come. Okay, so let's look at the example. You have this example in your book, right under the remember, right under where it says remember, to check for a linking verb part, and I'm going to show you how to do that. You should see the example, the milk smells sour. Gross. I hope y'all don't have sour milk in your fridge. Ugh. Okay, so let's look at this. So let's label our sentence like normal. What is my subject? The milk smells sour. What is this whole sentence talking about? That's right. Milk. So we're going to underline milk once. And I want you to do this on your exercise, please. I know it has the verb already underlined, but go ahead and underline milk for me. So you're going to underline milk once. Okay, what's your verb? Milk what? Right, the milk smells. Is that one of my linking verbs? Look at your linking verb list. Is that one of the linking verbs? Yes, we are good. Okay, milk smells what? Smells sour. So we label our predicate adjective with a P-A. So that is how you would label your sentences. Now, in order for you to check to make sure you got this correct 100%, you can do this. You can put the word is, any form of to be. So what I mean by form of to be, well, I'm going to go back to page 161. All these words are a form of to be right here. The is, am, are, was, were, be, being, be, been. If one of those, any of one of those works, the most common one being is, works, then you know that's a linking verb. So instead of saying the milk smells sour, can I say the milk is sour? Does that make sense? Yes. So I know that checks out. Remember the other test I gave y'all in class before with predicate nouns? So I can do is. I'm going to write is smaller over here. But I also do an equal sign. Can I say milk equals sour? If I can say that also, then yes, it checks as a predicate adjective. Now there is a third test. You're going to say, Miss Flynn, I don't like taking tests. Well, these are good tests. These are good things to use to check and make sure your answer is correct. This only works for predicate adjectives. It would not work for predicate nouns. But for predicate adjectives, can I say sour milk? Does that check? Yes, it does. Because instead of saying milk smells sour, I can say sour milk. If that works, then you are good to go. Your exercise is correct. So very good with that. So again, it always goes subject, linking verb, predicate adjective, test it, milk is sour, milk equals sour, or sour milk. And you label your predicate adjective with a PA. So let's look at a question example, because we all know questions are what we like to call inverted sentences, meaning they're written differently than normal. So let's do this one to see how this would work. You also have this example in your book under number 4 on page 161, where it says a question usually has the predicate adjectives and the noun or pronoun after the verb. So let's look at this example. Are your eyes blue? So remember, if you struggle with labeling questions, turn your question into a statement. So I can say, your eyes, it's very windy out here, guys, are blue. And that will help me label my sentence. So what is my subject? Looking at this one right here, what is my subject? That's right, eyes. So I'm going to label eyes over here. I'm going to label eyes as my subject. And then back over here, what is my verb? Whoa. Oh, sorry, I totally got distracted, guys. Your eyes are blue. Woo! Mind blank, it happens on camera as well as in the classroom, guys. So we have eyes as my subject. What is my verb? That's right, are. Is are a linking verb? Go back and check your list. Is that a linking verb? Is, am, are. So it's one of my to be verbs, so it is a linking verb. And then what is my predicate adjective? What word is describing eyes? Oop, I didn't label my are over here. And blue is your predicate adjective. Probably shouting it at the screen. Don't roll your eyes at me. Okay, so we're going to label blue right here. Okay, so notice how I labeled it in the question. Eyes is right here. And then are, even though in the question are does not come after eyes, it still counts as a linking verb. Because we can turn it into a statement, your eyes are blue, and it still checks out. Now, let's do our test. I'm going to do the test over here with the statement. It's a little easier. So can I say your eyes equal blue? Yes, that definitely works. Now this is already a form of to be, so we don't need to worry about that test right there, because we already have a form of to be right here. But then can I say this? Blue eyes. Does that work? Yes, of course. I know we have several blue-eyed children at our school. And so you can say blue eyes. So all that checks. So is that a predicate adjective? Yes, that is 100% a predicate adjective. Okay, so your book at the bottom of page 161 has a list of 3 questions under number 5. And it's 3 questions to help you find your predicate adjective. So every exercise that you do, you're going to be asking yourself one of these questions. Number 1, is there a linking verb? So I love this question because you should already have this list memorized, and if not, you have it right there for you on page 161. So you can always just flip back to that page, check the list, and if the verb is, let's say the verb is run, you know the word run is an action verb and not a linking verb, so right there it would not work. But if your question is, if your verb is, let's say your verb is sound. Is the word sound a linking verb? Yes. Okay, so you answer number 1, you go on to number 2. Does the adjective come after your verb? Okay, let's look back at our examples. Okay, notice adjective comes after your verb. Adjective comes after your verb. So if your question both of those is yes, then you go on to number 3. Ooh, yes, so you didn't see my thumbs up. Yes, you go on to number 3. And then number 3, does the adjective describe a subject? Okay, so the purpose of the predicate adjective is to describe your subject. So you're going to go up here, look at our examples again. Does sour describe milk? Yes. Does blue describe eyes? Yes. So you ask yourself those questions. If your answer is no to any of these questions, it is not a predicate adjective. Okay? So just to review, a couple of things you definitely need to remember. It comes after the linking verb, and it always describes the subject. So if you're ready to go on, let's look at page 162. This is the page you're going to do today. And I did not bring a pen outside with me. Oh, I'm so sorry. So, let's try and do this with my expo marker here, guys. Okay, so you should see on your page where it says underline your subject once and your verb or verb phrase twice, just like we've always done. Circle any predicate adjective. So you don't have to label them as PAs on this page. You just have to circle them. And then you're going to write the predicate adjective and the noun or pronoun it modifies or describes in the space provided. So let's look at our example. You look tired. Okay. So you is underlined as your subject. Look is underlined as your verb. Tired is circled as your predicate adjective. So we're going to go over here in the blank. Tired you. Now this ties back. What you write in the blank is the test, blue eyes, sour milk, that we did to check it. So that helps you out a lot, knowing that we've already done that. Okay, so let's look at number 1. My bowling ball is blue. What is my subject? That's right, it is ball. What is my verb? Is. Ooh, my marker's a little off. Okay, what is my predicate adjective? Blue, very good. So what am I going to write in the blank here? Blue ball, that's right, so sorry for the messy handwriting. So that's what your number 1 should look like. We're not going to worry about my bowling, although what are those words? That's right, those are adjectives describing what word? Ball, very good. So ball is your subject, is your verb, and blue is your predicate adjective. In your blank you put blue ball. So let's do number 2 together. Do you feel happy? Oh, I bet you do, chilling at home, hopefully outside maybe, or being able to see outside. So what is your subject? So this is a question, so let's turn this question into a statement. You do feel happy. So what is the subject? You do feel happy. You, very good. What is my verb? Now there is a verb phrase in this one. So what is your helping verb? That's right. Do and feel. Sorry, this word should not be underlined. It should just be under feel. And then what word should I circle? Do I feel what? Happy. Oh, please don't use expo marker to do these guys for obvious reasons. Okay, so you should have you as your subject, do feel as your verb phrase, and happy circled. So what do I put in the blank? Happy you. Happy you. Sorry. Okay, we're going to do one more, and then you're going to do the rest by yourself. Number 3, this book is interesting. Hopefully you're reading some books too while you're out. Okay, so what's my subject? Is it the word this? No! Is it the word book? Yes! What do we call the word this? That's right, it is a adjective. What kind of adjective? Demonstrative adjective, because y'all are so smart. Very good. So is your verb, so underline is twice. And then what is your predicate adjective? Interesting. Now let's look at our test on here because I haven't done your test. Can I say interesting book? Yes. Can I say book equals interesting? Yes. Those of you saying no, you can say book equals interesting. So that's how this test works. Interesting. Hopefully you don't write as big as I do. Interesting book. So that's what your first 3 should look like. Again, I can say ball equals blue, and I can say blue ball. That's how number 1 works. I can say you equals happy or you are happy. Make sure you use the right form to be. And I can say happy you. I can say the book equals interesting. Book is interesting. Interesting book. So you're going to do the rest through 15, and then you're going to scan it in and turn it to me on Google Docs, and I will check it for you. And then tomorrow we're going to work on page 163. Have a great rest of the day, guys.